Yeah. Do you want help getting in?
I think I'm having a password issue. Can I join over there?
Yeah, you can join over here.
Oh.
I can do something with this. Let me see
Let me take myself over.
All right, we're just getting her on here. Sorry about that, guys. She's trying to get into her account. So I'm actually going to go ahead and undo my mic thing so we can, hopefully this will work. Okay. Let us know. All right. Can you still hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Okay, perfect. Let me pull, I'm going to just put my, dang it, there we go.
There's a spider on in here. No, this is not a spider.
There we go. A little better. Okay, so anyways, I guess I was just asking, you know, what everyone thought about your presentation. And Liz, what did you say?
I said that it's amazing when I heard her talk about how much doubt it's like through our lives. It's like everywhere.
Yeah.
We don't even think about it. It's just everywhere.
Yeah. Totally.
I mean, everything.
And yeah, it's happening like right now. There's doubt going right now.
Yeah.
So I was on a little bit of a delay, so I was having a difficult time because I was hearing it on one side and I was hearing it on the other side. But what do you feel like was the most valuable part that she shared in what she said, aside from realizing that it's everywhere and it's like doubt can creep in easily? What do you feel like the most other important thing that she shared was?
The biggest thing is that you need to invite it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Own it.
Own it.
Yeah.
Speak with it. Play with it. Have fun. So thanks for coming. See you in a few.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like, hey Heather, thanks for joining. So, and I feel like that's something too. Like, I mean, even with Liz and I, when we were talking about starting this group, we decided before we began that there really are no rules. The rules are made up. They can change as they go because it has to. And if you get too stuck in what ideas you have about something, like certainly I think rules are valuable in the terms that they provide a guideline of saying, okay, it's more fair this way and not that way, and it just helps streamline things. But also rules can very easily, I think for me, like rules are what almost reinforces the doubt. It's like, well, if I know that I have options, then I don't feel as concerned about what could be. You need to roll with it, like you said, dance with it, right?
Yeah.
And
so probably the biggest myth is that we need to get rid of it.
Yeah. Instead, like you said, just kind of embrace it, invite it in,
play with it,
acknowledge that it's there, and then you know what you're doing. You know at least what you're dancing with. Doubt tells you that you are onto something.
Oh, totally. And I noticed that I experienced the degree of which I doubt is in relation to the opportunity. Like if it's a big opportunity or if it's something that I'm about to like really break through, I notice that I'll get some really big doubt. So now it's like I almost use it as an indicator, like, oh wow, I'm really doubting myself. Wow, this hot dog.
This is going to be a good one. This one's going to be a good one.
Yeah. Totally.
And all right, so what are some of the other points that, like I said, I was hearing it in one side and hearing it in another side for you? I mean, obviously you have the whole content, so it's very valuable to you, but what do you feel is like one of the most important parts that if you were to give like a one-liner to anybody from what you just shared, what would you pull out?
Her eyes are closed.
Yeah. Well, this is how I center everything.
And I totally put her on the spot.
No, I love it. It's great. Is basically what Liz said is invite it in and dance with it, and instead of thinking that it's your reality, it's simply something that's just going to come and go. That's it. It's not your reality. It's not your talent. It's not your skill. It's not your business. You basically, when we think of the businesses that we want to create, it's birthed out of inspiration, right? Not out of doubt. Gabby, this is the sound of doubt. You can actually give a sound to doubt.
Gabby, this is how we call the doubt. This is how we call the doubt. There's a little.
Who's this pig? Look at the pig.
Yeah, see, she's not about pigs, so she won't be barking.
She doesn't like the pig.
That's how we call Gabby's doubt.
Wait, I think we could use this. I think this could be doubt. See?
Yeah.
This is doubt.
Pig toy.
See?
And this dog is
It's not you. It's not your business, right? It's just cruising along. Gonna leave.
And it'll go away, and it moves around. What are some of the biggest doubts that, oh my God, life is priceless, she says. What are some of the doubts that you're working through right now, whether it's in your personal life or your professional life? If you want, you can share out loud, or you can put it in the chat channel.
This is so cool, by the way. I just love that you do all this. It's amazing.
I know you've got doubts. I know you posted already on some of your doubts, but what are some of the things that are making you wonder?
Yeah, especially those doubts that, like I said, the one that keeps, we usually have a set of them that keep weaving itself through our lives to prevent us from moving forward and keeping that momentum with our business. And so especially think about like what those are.
You know what, this kind of, like, I'm off, like, pointing right now, but this kind of reminds me of that productivity reset that I did last week. And it was really about, I mean, it wasn't so much centered on doubt, but some of that is what was identified in the thing. It was like, you know, what do I want to do? And what are the things that might, trick me or, stop me from moving forward? And so I feel like that was kind of a little bit of, like, inviting it in and dance with it was a little bit of my premise behind that, is that by acknowledging some of those things that are going to potentially stop you or at least make you pause and think, wait, am I doing this? By being conscientious of what those would be in advance, you don't get scared by, like, it's like when you, again, like having a neighbor or somebody come up to your door, like, you know they're coming, you're going to be a lot less like, oh, shit, as opposed to, like, you know, you knew they're coming, you're like, I had a feeling you might show up. You know, you can deal with that as opposed to, and so really the whole point of that exercise was to help you to, you know, be vigilant of the ways in which you're going to overcome that.
Yes, and then you can move through it quicker. And then when doubt comes, you can just be like, oh, got it, know what it is. Hi, how you doing? Can I take a seat right here? Oh, no, we're done. Thanks for visiting. Okay, I got to get back to work. And you know,
like, and I keep talking. Okay, does anyone? Okay, so Andy says, I think my big one right now is the viability of my blog, recent shift from corporate life to creative entrepreneurship. Yeah.
What's the thought about that? Like, what's the doubt? Would you be able to articulate it in like what you're telling yourself?
Yeah, let's articulate it. The big thing, I guess, is just it's a risk. You know, it's being able to rely on it like you do, you know, a standard 9 to 5. So, you know, it pops up every once in a while in the back of your head. It's like, you know, oh, is this a good idea? Is this what I should really be doing? But you just keep trucking along. You know, it's that passion. In this group too, you know, getting that doubt out and being able to get feedback from other people who have been there before. So.
Yeah, and are you able to like recognize how you can just invite that in, like you, just the way that you articulated it, and say, am I going to be okay knowing that this is the thought that I have about it? Like, I don't know exactly when to make the shift, maybe from, you know, my blog, from corporate life into entrepreneurship. I don't know when this is going to happen. I don't even know how or what, but are you okay with just being with it, sitting with it, and saying, okay, that exists, that unknown exists over here, and I'm just going to keep, you know, moving forward a step at a time?
Oh yeah, no, full steam ahead. The shift has happened, so yeah, woo. So
you're doing it, girl.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said you're doing it.
Yeah, doing it. So yeah, initially wasn't my choice. Company downsized, and it was one of those moments where it's like, man, I don't want to go back to that. You know, I don't want to keep doing it. And so when those doubts come in, you know, just like you said, sitting with it and then reminding myself every time why I'm doing it. So
yeah, and that they're going to come in again and again and again and again, and it's okay.
Totally. One of the things that I also like to do, and in fact, you'll see, actually, these three people here right now are even anchors for me because oftentimes my doubts, like, it starts as a little baby doubt, and then it gets bigger and bigger, and or my creativity will, like, overrun my tea kettle.
Mhm.
And so then I have to, like, find my anchors. And so these three people here, in fact, are people that I look to when I'm having those moments where I'm like, I guess it is like, is this a doubt, or what is this going on, and or I'm uncomfortable about it, and being able to have a safe place where you can say, I'm stressing out right now, and I think I know what it is, or I don't know, and being able to bounce off of people. I think this is a really valuable thing, and that's even kind of what we wanted. I mean, Liz, do you agree for the group? I mean, that's
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
Oh,
and I think that one of the things that we really have wanted for the I don't know, I can't see you anymore. I don't know what's going on. It's so weird. Um, but I know one of the things that we really wanted for the group was to have a place where there was a real sense of community instead of,
mhm.
BS.
Yeah.
That was a big thing, and that was a big thing that we had not really found in very many groups on Facebook.
hmm
And I think there's a real need for that.
Mhm. Totally.
I feel like offering up, in fact, and this is another thing too, I was just saying before we started, I said my one of my mottos is like to know your skills, know your tools, and know your wing people.
Mm.
Because when you have the opportunity and you have to delegate, and it has to happen right now because life came up and something happens, or you got to go to do this thing that you weren't planning on, those unknowns again are like obviously that just infuses doubt and just continues to like breed itself, it seems like. So, but if you can know at the center of your core what your tools are, what your
Mhm.
skills are, where your strengths and weaknesses are, and who your wing people are, for me, those 3 points are essential. And I think that, um,
Mhm.
I mean, again, this is again that's coming back to what I'm hoping for the group is that we can find ways to fill those skill gaps, fill those knowledge gaps, find ways to help people develop their wing buddy depth so that if they've got to do something and it's got to be done tomorrow or it's because and that was also something we talked about beforehand is that one of the things about working in a corporate world is that things take a lot of time to get through stuff.
Mhm.
And, a lot of people I think are moving to the solopreneurship because there's obviously the ability to work on your own time and in your own rhythm. I think the rhythm is a big thing.
Well, we should talk about how. So this morning when I woke up, I didn't know Nicole.
Yeah.
I literally woke up today and we started chatting and
Mhm.
instant message. And she's like, "Oh my God, you're in the Bay Area." She's like, "I'm in the Bay Area," and all of a sudden, like 3 hours
Yeah.
later, I show up at her place and we're recording this together.
Right. I'm sure that none of you are surprised by that in any means. And in fact, I even told Aditya, I said, my social skills are like going from social friend to like real life friend like fast. Like it is exponentially getting faster. But I think that's with the honing of your tools and the ability to be comfortable with your your options to maneuver.
Yeah,
Um,
totally. Because I recognize when I would have doubted.
yeah,
I would not have been able to been here
yeah.
because I would have doubted myself so much that I moved much slower. And because I'm able to dance with doubt more, I can just say, oh, okay, I'll be there at 2:30. Here we go.
Done. So I feel like that's all of us. Like I feel like that's one of the things that we have going for us, and maybe we can just find ways to cultivate that within our own close knit group at this point, and look for that in others. I think being able to see and identify people who are open to exploring what that means. I think just the idea of exploring it, let alone um, having to overcome it. There's an open mindset. I think the people who are closed can become open, but it's likely to become more of a challenge for them. But you'll know who they are. You see who they are already in your life, and you probably magnetize them anyway. And you sift them out as time goes because I mean life is short. Ultimately, again, I think that's one of the reasons why we're trying to do solo entrepreneurship is that life is short. You could spend it like dicking around for other people together, which is fine. It's okay. Or you can find ways to,
Not as creative as you are.
Yeah, like, and that, yeah, I mean, that's like moving at someone else's pace. Again, to be able, the freedom and the opportunity to be able to maneuver this fast is something that I would rather be able to do that because I don't feel crazy in my own head from being slowed down than having to, yeah, do what I guess, what I'm told. And I think there's a time and a place, and I feel like there's a role for everyone, but who's here?
It's Jenny.
Yay,
oh my
Jenny.
gosh, hi Jenny. Oh my god, it's so good to
Yay.
Hi.
Thanks for joining.
You know what I was going to say about how I know that it's doubt when it comes to visit me, that's my metric for knowing that, is that doubt will never give you the feeling of expansiveness, okay? It's a restricting. So if you are sitting in your business or you're sitting down and working on your business and you feel a retractive kind of feeling, you are in doubt, okay? So, but if you are in inspiration and you're feeling expansiveness, then that's the metric for knowing that you are in this this space that's of inspiration and creativity. So that means that whenever you can take just a quick check, and be like, oh, this is interesting. I'm like doubting myself because I'm feeling like I can't move, I can't do this. Like that's how you know to be, oh, okay, I'm in doubt. Fine.
Oh, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
That's fine.
Well, come on in. Let's have a great time.
So yeah, it's Jenny, right?
Jenny.
Okay, Jenny. Yeah. Jenny, and so I assume you two know each other well.
Oh my God, I love Jenny. She's just, you have to just stalk this woman.
Yay.
She's amazing. Yeah, I met her. We met at the National Speakers Association, right?
Yep, we did. Like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 4 years.
Yeah, that was amazing. And Jenny, like I totally clicked with Jenny because we were both like so enthusiastic and met and we're just like, yeah, let's build an empire.
I think there's some crazy, amazing energy and information exchanging that can certainly go on between this group right here. But I mean, this just makes me so excited. I mean, the fact that we got to over 140 people in less than a week. I mean, just putting it out there, and we're gonna lose people, and that's okay. And I feel like you take.
They're doubters.
Yeah, you take what you leave what you don't need, and it's okay. Like we're gonna cover a lot of different aspects of what it means to be a solopreneur and the various levels. I mean, that's another big challenge, which will create doubt, is not knowing all the things. And the good news is that we all know something different. We all have something to contribute.
Yeah.
And there's ways for us to find either whether it's value in trade or value in actual reciprocal dollars exchange. I mean, we've all worked our butts off to know what we know. And so if you're going to try to solve a problem...
And had a few failures along the way, okay?
Yeah, if you're going to try to solve a problem, it's like go to people who, are trying to be expansive.
Yeah, and that's also, you can keep that in mind when you are interacting with people and when you're looking for people to be around to keep you in that space. Keep note of how you're feeling. If you are around people and you are feeling this kind of like, like either restrictive or drained or something like that, not so much. But if you are feeling like expansive and you're drawn towards this person, like for instance, when I met Jenny at the National Speakers Association, we were both just like amped for life. I mean, it was an expansive feeling, at least for me. And it was, what about you, Jenny?
I mean, it was the same. It was like, hey, look at this young girl who loves to wear colors and loves to wear bright colors and feathers and fun things. And especially since some of the people in NSA, National Speakers Association, can be a little more on the uber professional side. And so we were on the fun, playful side. And I didn't even know I knew what expansive was at the time, but I didn't know the meaning that I know now to be with it. So I wasn't aware of it being expansive. I just knew it was fun.
Yeah, and so these are the kind of peeps that you want to, lock and load with in life.
I like this. I feel like there should be like a dedicated creatives convention in some time in the future. Maybe that's something that we can put on our like master goals because
That's amazing to even that you're thinking that after less than 2 weeks. Isn't that
why
crazy?
why not? Like whatever.
I know.
I mean, Angie. Okay, Angie.
You know how creative we are?
Yeah, you want you want? Shall we
2.5
start right now?
2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. Okay.
Yeah, this is and and I like really appreciate my husband. He knows I'm crazy, and he's been supporting me in my crazy. And he has doubts, and sometimes his doubts come into my doubt space, but that's okay because
And he
he's
makes
got
great tea.
and he makes great tea.
Amazing tea.
And I think that's I guess I'm gonna go off on another point. Is that's something else to be aware of, and I think in fact oh what's her name T starts with the T. Trisha, who she does the empathic.
Trisha.
Yeah, she does talks
Yes,
about being empathic and
amazing.
whatnot. Be careful about what energy is yours and what is not. What doubt is yours and what doubt is others. And it's okay, I think, for other people to bring you their doubt. And I think it's usually born out of a place of care. And others don't always necessarily recognize it as being as being defeating. So find ways for you to compartmentalize the feelings that other people have, and obviously know that there's a difference between delusion and doubt. I think, but find the balance between that, and also know what is your energy and what is others' energy. And if you feel like you're on to something, you're getting the expansive feeling. You can keep going with it.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like sometimes I can just go down a rabbit hole without even realizing that I'm halfway there. And seriously, I feel like I'm just now resurfacing out of a rabbit hole where I just had like just a horrible events of things happening all at once, and I just felt like I was spiraling, and like I didn't even know that I was in my shit. Right? I was just like, until we have those moments. I think what happened was a friend invited me to like a Kraton, tree hugging event, and I realized that when I sink into myself and I find that place of like quiet, that I'm like, oh, I forgot life is easy. Like I forget, and so that's why it's important to have those people around too for doubt, is because they'll help make you aware that you're in a shitstorm and that you need to hop off the train. Okay,
right?
Yeah.
There's so many different ways I feel like to dance with it. I think that's like the perfect analogy really is that to dance with it. Because, either it will just like completely take you over and like knock you over with like its energy, or you can kind of wrangle it a little bit and work with it as opposed to just being completely either overwhelmed by it or I don't know.
So I'm excited for this group.
Me too.
I love it. I love Liz's energy and your energy. You're now my best friend.
Why not? I like it.
We've known each other like almost 3.5 hours.
I know.
So.
And we met like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Literally just showed up an hour ago. Like an hour and 10 minutes ago.
This is what I love about you people. You're all crazy.
And the best side though. And I hope that we'll all be able to foster a sense of that opportunity and drive in each other. I think this is the kind of thing that can help you, take those leaps. But recognize when you need help, ask for it. That's what the group is for. I'm gonna make a quick note too. Is I'm creating a group wiki, which is like almost like a library.
Oh, wow.
Because Facebook moves so fast. It can be very easy to get overwhelmed by all the messages there. So, I want that to be a place where we can each go and say, hey, I got a thing and I need a help. Who knows about this? So feel free to be able to exchange in that place. But in the group wiki, we'll actually be able to go to this particular URL, and you'll be able to, if you want to, you can add yourself to a membership directory so that you could say, hey, I want to connect with people who, whether it's to help you or to help them. We'll have a live, like for example, we'll do the replay. We'll link to this replay so that anybody who didn't watch it before, maybe they're like bored at night and they get in there and they're like, oh, let's see
we want the bored
content.
people.
What kind of content is in there, and they might find something and be able to, pull from that. We'll also have links like resources, so any tools that you like to use for your business, you can list those in there. And yeah, so we'll see what happens.
I have a question for you and Liz. Like, what was your vision when you opened the group? Like, the kind of interaction that you would ideally like to have?
So I think Liz fell off, but I can answer this. So, and when we started the group, we were looking at other people who have, they serve a particular niche. So, for example, Instagram or Pinterest or Facebook, and they're telling you how to do all these things, which is great. And we're not really sure. I don't want to say that they're not experts. I mean, I feel like what they've done is figured out the solution to do a thing, and so then they're selling you courses about that. So we're like, and when they're in those groups, you know, you go to ask a question and you can get your head bit off because you asked a question and you linked to your own website or you did something because you're trying to get more information. And so they feel like that's promoting. So what we're trying to do is create a safe place where people who, and it's not about necessarily being creatives, right? You don't have to necessarily be a maker or a whatever, an artist. You could be just taking a creative approach to your business. So it's thinking outside the box.
You could do like creative accounting.
Exactly. I mean, there's so many different ways to be, you know, I mean, if you want to start a business, there is a way to do it, and that's part of what I've done is learn how to pull together free or inexpensive tools. What's the learning curve? So I can be like, hey, you just need to get a Google account. You'll have Drive, calendar, email, etc. Here's some links that I've found that will help you know how to maneuver these things. Like, I can launch an entire business in a day. Like one day, everything from like domain to email to website. If you have content, it makes it easier. Socials, everything. Like, I can get all of business's tools done in a day because I've learned how to do that. So that's kind of the thing, is that if you have an idea, don't let some of those things you don't know about stop you.
Oh my gosh, do you know how many people I know where they're cruising along like in a lifeless job or whatever, but they have these ideas.
Yeah.
But they don't act on them because there's this huge doubt cloud, right? And it's just like I tell people, I think it's necessary to be a dedicated creative just to feel human. You know, it's like I don't care if you have a day job or whatever. Like, open up a blog or something just so you can engage that creative part of you, just to be human. You know?
Absolutely.
And more dateable.
Yeah, for sure. At the very least, right?
I mean, I'm not going to even date you unless you're doing something extracurricular.
Like, you gotta have something interesting to share about yourself, right? And so I feel like that's what our goal for the group is, to be able to share information. I mean, I've been working on building a lot of materials, so I'll be putting some courses that will be like paid stuff out there. But we also feel like by being able to do things like Facebook Live takeovers, that now you'll be able to learn about somebody else who offers something that maybe that person can be a contact, and maybe through that networking, you know, someone in our group may invest in your services.
So what do we do with this?
So this right now is just a way to, for me to be able to establish additional authority in that you know what you're talking about, and to be able to engage with other people.
Where does it live?
This will live on Google. This will live on actually YouTube.
Oh.
This will live on YouTube because we're on Google Hangouts on air. Yeah. So it'll live on YouTube, and then other people will be able to come across it. And I'll link to the group and the details on the YouTube. And so if they come across it, they're like, oh, this is interesting, and I'll likely, you know, put it in my website and be like, hey, you wanna learn about more about how we operate? Maybe
I like the realness of it. Like, you don't have to have your whole life together to put like a studio and start doing videos. That's what I like about it.
You don't have to do like it's. I mean, it's like, you know, it's an apartment.
I'm waiting for someone to do like a whole video series just in the bathroom.
That'd be awesome.
Okay. Right? The new
time to market is the new success metric.
Development
yes, start now. Exactly. That's so true, Heather. Like, if you have, she said, time to market is the new success metric.
Yeah.
Is getting out there fast. And so know what you know, start getting it down, even if it takes time to start like making, even if it's, you know, verbal notes to yourself or even doing brain dumps on occasion, start getting your content down, because the more that you work through that, the more fluid you'll be. The more then the ability you'll have to do is something like this is like, okay, I want to just, you know, and sometimes you got to start for a couple things for free, where that way people can get a taste of what you offer, and then they'll be like, wow, what she said really resonates with me. And so, in fact, one of the social media things that I want to do this week is going to be talking about building trust, hitting the points of inform, educate, and entertain with your social, and even being able to create content like this that can live anywhere and in theory bring you back to, you you know,
You know what is
opportunity.
something I've always wanted as an entrepreneur?
Hmm.
And I asked my friend about this, but I think that you'd be really good at this, is literally like when I am waiting somewhere with my cell phone, like marketing things that I could do in like 2 minutes,
Ooh.
5 minutes.
I got that.
Like literally what, because this is what happens as I have small time frames all the time as an entrepreneur. But like but what happens is I'll be like laying in my bed before night or something, and I'm like, I know there's something I could be sharing, or I don't know, like some way to be getting, I'm moving my business along, but I don't know what it is when I sit down and do it.
So if you see on my phone, I've got Facebook, Messages, Messenger, and Spark Post. Spark Post is the main thing that I do, and if I'm like just dinking around, I will go and create my post.
Spark Post.
Spark Post is a tool that you can use to create images for your social posts.
So like with the quotes on them?
Exactly. It's like you create your little memes and everything. So like I encourage everyone to take photos around your environment, especially if it's something related to the message that you're trying to offer, right? It could be even something as simple as like taking a picture of your polka dot shirt. It could be, taking a selfie of yourself, or it could be even taking a picture of like your computer with the stuff up. If that's the thing that you're offering. You just take that, put it in a place like Spark Post or even Canva. There's several other post options. Yeah. But it's really valuable to always remember. Exactly. Take a picture.
Let me take a picture with you.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, let's all do a selfie.
Let's her.
Awesome. Yay!
So that's exactly. And so, in fact, when you put that up in the group, that's a great way to show simple things that you can do even while you're even on a...
But like a little list that I could go to, and I could be like, oh, Nicole, like a little list you could put that says post here, post do
love
this.
It.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I love this idea.
Because I feel like I could be an entrepreneur in 3-minute time frames.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, that's the way I work the best is in bursts. So yeah. I think that's a great idea.
So thank you. That was something I've always been looking for.
Well, I can do that. I probably have it somewhere right already.
Magic is here.
And ask for the things, right? If you want something, ask for the things. You never know who actually has a thing or started it already for you. Mm-hmm. Any other thoughts? I know we kind of transitioned from doubt, but any thoughts that you guys have about, for example, taking over Facebook Live in the group? Was that interesting to you? Or any other topics that you'd want to hear about? Any more comments about doubt? That's 3 topics to make a comment about. You can go ahead and post in the chat window if you'd like. All right, first question, did you enjoy Facebook Live? Do you think that's a fun way to get excited and meet someone?
Yeah, I like the Facebook Live. It's a nice little pop-up. I love it when I don't know something's coming up and then my group, sends you that message that someone's live. It happened to me last night with Liz. And I was like, ooh, cool, because it's nice to kind of break up that flow throughout the day. And who doesn't love to have a little minute where you're connecting with someone, even though with Facebook Live they can't see you on their end, of course. But I did find myself waving to Liz last night because she did. I was like, hi.
I did it too.
So, I dig it. And I love the coming over to the Google Hangouts after because we can, really start getting in depth. You've got the chat window, which is really nice. And, yeah, it keeps that energy going, which is crucial when you're a solo entrepreneur.
Oh, my God, totally.
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of value in this. Like, if you're having a moment where you're just like, oh, and you're deflated and defeated, and you get something like this coming up, like this is an opportunity to re-energize yourself and remember that you're not alone, and that you're not crazy, and that there are ways to solve the problems. Like, even though you might have gotten yourself in a loop, there are ways to solve the problem. So good. Thank you for that feedback.
I just love it when I hear like other people going through what I go through, Mm-hmm. And even like watching you sitting like in your home, because it's just like that's so comforting to me, because it's just like I just feel like I'm all in the morning I'm constantly in my pajamas looking at a computer screen and like forget that I would like to connect with other people that are going through what I'm going through. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely thank you. And Heather is, I met Heather when I was in Where's your magical glitter curtain background? It's up. I need to put it up. Next time I'll put it up.
I'm missing a magical glitter.
I'll show you my sparkle part. Yeah, I was telling you I have a sparkle background, and a little it's like it gets real. Like, I have a real
I can't believe
production
we've
set up
known
in
each
here.
other
Yes, I know.
all this time and you haven't showed it to me.
I was just like, yeah. Well, I was like, okay, and I mean, I was like doing stuff. I mean, Angie and I were having we had an hour and a half like business chat before that, and then there was like I was doing something for Liz and for somebody else, and I was like following up on emails, and then you're like, oh, I'm like, oh, it's time for her to come. And then she was here, so yes, Heather, I will have that. And again, I want to thank you for always being there. She was one of the first people when I started doing my first,
Your first business?
Yes, my first like live chats. I was doing live
really?
chats, or I was like doing training live chats, and she came and she says she loves it. She always shows up.
Aww,
so thank you. Every time. I will always say that. I will tell that story every time.
It's like your mom, like she always shows up?
Yes, she always, and I even got to meet her before I left Redmond, so.
Aww. Where do you live?
Now in Texas.
Oh, cool.
Yep, in Dallas. There we go. I love the like chat channel because it's like if you can't talk, like you can at least share something still. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. And would you like to impart some final words?
I'm just excited to be in this group, and I just want to keep sharing between us because I'm so grateful for you guys because right now I'm at a crossroads where I am like down on myself because I'm like I need to find this corporate job to, get some money going and flowing and stuff like that. And I feel like this group is coming to me right now in the point of my life to remind me that, come on, no, this is totally possible and it totally can happen in like warp speed. And so thank God. Thank you for this group.
I'm like figuring like how can we make a mastermind? I'd be like Heather, are you coming along on your stuff? You've been like working on it. She got her certifications and nutrition. Everything happens for a reason.
Totally, and I need you guys. Like I totally need you guys.
And fits and bursts, she's working on it. All right. Well, maybe I need to have a talk with you sometime soon so I can find out what's like stopping you. But I know the fits and bursts. I know that one well. Clarity and alignment today.
Oh, me too.
Clarity and alignment
Totally.
Today. Good.
Oh
That's
my
what's
gosh.
up.
Totally.
You know
This
what
is
happened?
awesome.
That Aquarius, like that moon went through Aquarius.
What do you want to do after this? Maybe do it. Gabby's doing.
Yeah, I mean that, or like I don't know. I think we're gonna strategize some things about non-corporate jobs. I'm just saying, but I mean nothing against
I love
it.
this stuff.
I'm gonna have like 10 people. It's like a mixer. I'm like, and I'm gonna just get all of you guys going like at a time, and I'll be like that's why I've worked really hard so I can figure out how to like master juggle the thing and like be like.
Another good topic would be like monetize in a week or something.
Oh
like
yeah.
That.
Angie, write that down. We got that one. We'll do a case study with monetize in a week.
Like I've been.
Heather, you want to monetize in a week?
And it doesn't even have to be like big in a week. It just literally like gas money would be great.
That'd be amazing.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Angie, how much money have you made since Saturday on selling crap on Facebook?
So I've been on this hellbent journey of trying to unload as much as I possibly can on Facebook groups.
What do you sell? What is
anything? This week I've sold a bike rack, I've sold some clothes, I've sold some picture frames. Well, picture frames I gave away for free, but I just sold a BB gun, like a little pistol thing, a paintball set, anything.
Yeah, she gets shit for free on other things, and then she'll like do something to it, turn around and sell it.
Yeah, flip it and sell it. And just since Saturday, I've made $233.
Oh my God!
But hey,
that's so golden to me right now.
Using buy-sell trade, it's basically buy-sell trade groups.
Yep, yeah, buy-sell trade groups, free groups, cleaning out the junk, declutter, get your house cleaned up, do a little roosting, and make profit.
Oh my God, you guys are heaven sent because I just moved and I have a whole bunch of crap.
Ooh, let's get it on Facebook.
Oh,
I think we like have a little thing. We're like, all right, maybe write down your process.
Yeah, actually, I have a blog post I'm working on right now about all of it.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
So.
Oh my God, thank you.
That's what's up.
You know what? If you keep me from getting a corporate job, I'll come wherever you are.
She's in Seattle.
Fine.
Deal. Bring her with you too.
Money for a plane ticket, I'll come up there and I'll hug you.
We'll make a little baby retreat.
No, during the conference.
Yeah. In our conference. Our first conference can be in Seattle.
Amazing. We're so crazy.
But you realize, and I know you guys realize, because if you get this kind of thing together, and it's like, well, you just be careful what you say, because like I already feel like it's like.
Yeah, no, careful what you ask life for, because you'll totally get it.
I can see us at Palmer's as well. I have a feeling that would be.
Somebody's already on the phone with venues right now. I can just know it.
Heather, yeah.
They're like,
awesome.
Do you have for 2,000 people? Okay.
Make this happen. Let me show them how it's done.
I'm so glad I met other crazy people today. I mean, do you know how boring normal people are? Really? Thank you.
We don't want to knock on them too hard, but it's okay.
Thank you for being here.
Yes. All right, guys. Wonderful talking to you, and good luck dancing with your doubt.
No, it's getting down and dirty with
your doubt, but also dancing with it. I like dancing.
Yeah, dancing with your doubt.
I like dancing with it. I like to dance. It's good. I can see that.
We love it now. I love it now. I don't love it all the time, but now at least I know it's coming. It's going to have to do it.
I like that.
It's not going to take me down, you know?
Thank you so much again for coming, and if you have anything to share or add, feel free to post in the group. Invite friends, anybody you can think of who seems like they're open and willing, especially if they have, desires to do something with some creative talents or just approach business in a creative way. I know you know people. I know Angie's been inviting people. I'm sure Heather has too. So, all right, we're done.
This group rocks.
We're done. All right.
Bye.
We'll talk to you later. Have a good day.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.